Hello, chess lovers. Today we are discussing a beautiful game by Paul Morphy, which he played against Paulsen. My goal is twofold with today's episode, folks. First, we will see one of the most beautiful games in chess history, how you can coordinate your pieces for mating attack. But also, very importantly, I want to show you how much of chess beauty remains under the surface. How many of these beautiful lines masters calculate never become reality. Those little variations, those beautiful sidelines that shape the entire ideas that are never played in actual games. I will stop at a key moment today and tell you exactly what I mean. Are you ready for some great calculation training and observing what a genius Paul Morphy was in chess history? Let's start. I want to start with this position. Paulsen played the move c3. Please observe the situation. What is the opponent's intention with the move c3? Remember, that's always the first question you must ask yourself in chess. Whenever the opponent makes a move, you must see their next move. What is their next move, folks? Yes, if you don't make a move, they will play d4 to blunt your bishop, but also to activate this bishop on c1. Thus, Paul Morphy played, can you guess it? Bam! Queen d3, stopping the opponent's idea. The queen becomes a monstrous piece on d3, don't you think? And now that bishop is crying on c1, also the rook on a1 is becoming a buried piece. Multi-purpose move. See, the queen cannot be repelled by moves like bishop e2 either. A beautiful multi-purpose move by Paul Morphy. Here Paulsen played b4. The only way for white to fight was rook e1. Again, they have to challenge that rook and they have to repel the queen slowly, maybe later with moves like bishop e2, to be able to play d4 ASAP. But Paulsen plays the move b4 instead, folks. Bishop b6, Paulsen plays a4. What is the opponent's next move? If you don't make a move, they will play a5 and trap your bishop. Thus, Paul Morphy took the pawn on a4. Queen takes was the game continuation. The queen is going to Siberia, don't you think? Yes, you activate your pieces on a file, but this pawn is well guarded and you have the risk of leaving your king side deserted in this position. We'll see how Morphy will take advantage of that, by the way. Queen a4. Bishop d7 was Morphy's choice. And now Paulsen missed the chance to equalize the game, folks. Again, given White's goal of playing d4 ASAP in his position, and given the annoying queen on d3, what should White have played in this position? How do you remove this beautiful beast on d3 from this spot? And you're a great player if you told me queen a6 was the best move. This was missed by Paulsen. Queen a6 offers a queen trade and repels the queen from its beautiful post. If you ever take on a6, then structurally White has a better pawn structure, and now their king is safe after the queen trade, and d4 is coming, right? d4 will activate the bishop while burying your bishop on b6. White has a slight advantage. Paulsen misses queen a6 and he plays the move rook a2 instead. Very, very ugly looking move, don't you think? This rook a2 is the start of an epidemic in White's position, right? Now White will be completely lacking coordination, the rooks will be totally split, and they are never going to play d4 in the near future anyways. Maybe one little idea behind the move is queen c2. But Morphy will never give him a second chance. Paul Morphy plays rook e8, and very beautiful coordination between the black pieces are emerging. After rook e8, folks, can you tell me the threat? If White doesn't make any move right now, what was Morphy's goal in this position? For example, I'm just giving a random move to White. Let's say a random move like rook b2. What was the idea behind the move rook e8? And you're a great player, folks, if you found the queen sacrifice followed by rook e1 mate. Isn't it beautiful? That's what coordination is about. The white pieces left their king lonely and the queen sacrifice becomes an option. See that multi-purpose queen, which was stopping d4, burying the bishop, but also introducing ideas like this? Beautiful. Thus, after rook e8, Paulsen played the move queen a6. He's at least stopping the move queen takes f1. But as Fischer says, timing is everything in chess. White should have played the move queen a6 on the last move. Now it's too late. And I want you to stop the video right now, folks. Please, black to play. And can you tell me the shockingly beautiful move that was found by Paul Morphy in his position? He was an attacking genius. How can we build an attack against the white king in this position? And yes, if you stop the video and give yourself some time, you're a great player. If you found the queen sacrifice, queen takes f3. Bam! Look at this beautiful sacrifice. He's weakening the enemy king. He's uncovering those pawns. He's opening up the g-file. And now the remaining pieces will finish off this task. And they are ready. We start with rook g6 check. King h1 is forced. What is the next move? What is the only winning move for black in this position? Yes, bishop h3. We want to introduce ideas like bishop g2 check, but also to keep an eye on the rook on f1. Can you see also the back rank problem that is faced by white in this position? That's why rook g1 is not possible, for example, because you simply take that rook followed by rook e1 followed by mate on f1. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it lovely? Look at those bystanders on the queen side, basically. Okay? So bishop h3, we understand one thing. White is on the verge of losing because of their pieces sitting in Siberia in this position. All right? So bishop h3 is the winning move, and Paulsen played the move rook d1 in this position. I will show you how Morphy won this game, but I will later come back to this moment and discuss what would happen if Paulsen chose the move queen d3, because to my mind, queen d3 is a real test to Morphy's idea, and this remained under the surface. We will come back to this moment and I will show you some beautiful lines, okay? Let's look at rook d1, the game continuation. Can you guess Morphy's move in this position? Yes, that's very understandable. Bishop g2 is creating a discover check option, and your bishop is improving on f3. This also comes with check, you see? King f1 is forced. Again, please stop the video, and can you find the move that was forcing a mate in 4 in this position? Morphy did not find this move. He still found the move that wins for black, but he missed a forced mate in 4 in this position. Folks, please stop the video. That's a great calculation exercise for you. You're a great player, folks, if you found the quiet move rook g2. What a beautiful quiet move this is. What is the point behind the move? First point is rook takes f2 check becomes an option, but I think the main issue is rook h2 followed by rook h1 mate. Can you visualize the mating net when the rook sits on h2 with the help of the bishop on f3? Just look at the beautiful bishop on f3, completely cutting off the king, and now with the help of rook on h2 followed by rook h1, this king is in a mating net. So quiet move rook g2 actually forces a mate in 3 moves from this position. White has no response. For example, if they go d4 to guard the pawn on f2 like this, you don't care. Another quiet move rook h2, and now white has no defense against a very simple move rook h1 mate. Can you see it, folks? That's a beautiful mating pattern that we should all know. You only need a rook and a bishop in this case to give this lovely mate. Checkmate patterns are so important. What if they try the move queen d3 against rook g2? Can you find the mate in 3? You're a great player, folks. If you this time start with the move rook takes f2 check, this is forced. Now comes this little double check using the bishop. Well, there's a fork. If the king goes to h1, tell me the mate. Beautiful double check and checkmate. Can you see it, folks? Can you see the coordination between the black pieces? And here if the king goes to f1, of course, then comes the beautiful mate with rook g1. Again, a beautiful mating picture. All black pieces are used in this case, right? Isn't it lovely? But Morphy missed rook g2. He checked the king again with bishop g2. He could repeat with bishop f3, but instead he found the move bishop h3 check, king h1. And here, is he going for a draw or is there something better? Can you stop the video and find Morphy's move in this position? Yes, folks. He took on f2 with the bishop. That's not the best, but still good enough for black to win this game. What is the threat after bishop takes f2? Yes, a simple threat. is bishop g2 mate. Isn't it beautiful? Imagine those two bishops giving mate like that. And again, talk about the coordination between the black pieces and how lonely the white king is on h1. Bishop f2, again, white has no response. Queen f1 is forced. There is nothing else, right? Queen takes c6 to stop. Bishop g2 doesn't work because of this. Black is completely winning. There is no other way for white to guard the g2 square. The king cannot move. Thus, queen f1 was forced. But of course, Paul Morphy now cashed in, won that queen. And even here, he activates his rook. And here again, if you just take a step back, black has two extra pawns. Black has two extra pawns, but it's not about two extra pawns. It's still about lack of harmony in the white position and the king's safety, obviously, right? The rook reaches the second rank. This rook is beautiful on the g file, and black is a completely winning advantage. And see how Morphy is still eyeing those weaknesses. See how he's still improving and coordinating his rooks on the second rank like that. White cannot defend the h2 point, folks. They are going to give up very, very soon. Can you tell me a mate in 2? Black to play and mate in 2. You're a great player. If you found this little sequence, of course, that's a very nice mating pattern. Two rooks on the second rank. Even at the very end, we see a picture of harmony and coordination. So, going back to this position where Morphy started with the queen sacrifice, which was absolutely correct. Queen takes f3, rook g6, king h1, bishop h3. We came to the critical junction. Chernev wrote Morphy before the queen sacrifice. He took 12 minutes of thinking. For 12 full minutes, Morphy was calculating this combination involving the queen sacrifice, which means he must have calculated the response queen d3. When I was analyzing this game, doing the guess the move training with my students, I thought this was the real test to black's idea, because the queen simply hits the rook on g6. Right? The queen simply keeps an eye on the rook on g6. Obviously, they want to sacrifice the queen to give some material back, but at least safeguard their king. Now it's your turn. Under the surface calculations, what is the only move for black to win this position? And we'll discuss whether Morphy has calculated this move as well. Please, beautiful calculation exercise. Stop the video. Tell me the only winning move for black. You're a great player, folks. If you found the only winning move, f5. This is the way to stop queen g6 ideas. If you take on f1, folks, it's not the same, because after queen recaptures the rook, where is the mating attack here? There is no mating attack. That bishop was precious, and now white is slightly better in its position. Yes, you can play like this, but the queen can still do this, and there is no mate. There is simply no mate. If you take the bishop, it's still not the same, because white has enough material in its position with c4, c5 coming, and they are gaining the upper hand, okay? So you have to be careful after queen d3. Queen d3, the real threat is this in its position. Thus, f5 is the move. f5 is the move, okay? Okay, continue. After queen c4 check, what should black play? Beautiful thing is this. Even here, there's only a single winning move for black. Black can go terribly wrong in this position. Please stop the video. How do you respond to this check? Let's say you have three choices. This, or this. How do you play? Which is the only winning move for black? This is totally to do with the opponent's resources, folks. You're a great player. If you found the only winning move, king f8 in this position, there is no more check to calculate, and there is no way for the queen to harass the rook on g6. There are all these threats in the position looming. There is no way for white to guard the g2 square, and black is completely winning in this position. It will resemble the real game continuation like this, right? It will actually resemble the real game continuation. Rook g2, and again, black has a winning advantage in this position, folks. What was wrong with the move king h8 then? King h8 looks more natural because you're tucking the king to the corner. Now all these ideas are still present in the situation. Can you tell me the move that refutes the entire concept for us? And you're a great player if you found the annoying move queen f7. Creating an attack on the rook, but maybe more importantly, keeping an eye on this annoying rook on g6. Repelling our attack, folks. The only way for black to play is this sequence, bishop f3 check, but then of course, they will sacrifice the queen, right? And suddenly, white can even play d4 to blunt the bishop, to activate their bishop. White has an extra exchange in his position with a slight advantage. You see, after queen f7, black has nothing else in his position because of its very forcing nature. You don't want to lose time in his position with moves like this either, because then rook g1s are allowed and suddenly it's white who is completely winning in his position. Can you see how much accuracy is required for Morphy to enter this line? They're full of mines, they're full of traps. Even rook e6 doesn't work after this, right? Because if you play this rook to e6, let's say, then the problem is rook g1, because this way your rook is pinned. So after you take on g1, there is no mate on e1 anymore because your rook is pinned. Incredible. So going back to this moment, the thing that remained under the surface is the line queen d3. Maybe Morphy has calculated that. You will tell me. Do you really think Morphy, before he sacrificed the queen here, do you think Morphy also calculated that line of queen d3? We don't know. He didn't write his annotations. We have no idea. So please tell me whether he has seen f5, only winning move, and here king f8, only winning move. Of course, he was a genius. I'm not surprised if Morphy has seen this, but did you see it properly, right? That's my question to you. In this exercise, in this video, I try to really show you, right, what is going on really under the surface. When masters are playing those games, they are engaging in so many different calculations. They are forcing themselves, right, actively to search for the best response for their opponents. Just like here, hand-waving move is king h8. The king is very safe, we are winning. But only strong players can really ask themselves the question, but does it really work? What can they do to me if I play the move king h8, right? Queen c4 is bringing new possibilities into the tray, right? After queen c4, there are more squares for the queen to enter in that diagonal. And if you play king h8, yes, you're giving this little square on f7 as well. It's your task to make sure that this also works for black. Thus, king f8 is a solution. There is no more checks left. And again, the best line is queen f4, folks. But black can even take on f1. And after f5 check, rook f6, we have so much material anyways. And now invading the army like this on the back rank, white can give some checks. Now the checks are running out and black is a completely winning position. Again, beautiful picture of harmony and coordination. Please look at the white pieces, folks. Black is winning. So after queen c4 checking f8, there is really nothing to do for white. And if they have to repeat with rook d1, then we are very happy, basically. I hope you enjoyed this game, folks. This really has a special part in chess history. Also, this game teaches us so many beautiful things of stopping the positional threats by the opponent's last move, right? Strong players always pay attention to the opponent's next move as a result of their last move. See how Morphy has stopped d4. See how Morphy start coordinating his pieces. See how Morphy is stopping the move a5. See how he's paying attention to the opponent's resources, and see how Paulsen missed the chance to equalize with the move queen a6. This game also shows us, right, that the art of exchanging pieces is a great skill in chess. You have to find a way to repel off and trade off the opponent's best pieces as soon as possible. If you slip even for a single move as Paulsen did in his position, then there is no second chance. Morphy didn't give Paulsen the second chance of exchanging the queens because their rooks have gained maximum coordination, and the queen sacrifice, shocking queen sacrifice, and piece coordination finish off the game. Once again, folks, rook g2, mate in 3 was forced. Morphy didn't find it, and yet he wanted to involve everybody in this attack. That's why he didn't go for that. He saw it and he didn't go for it. That's my theory, because he really wanted to involve the bishop on f2 as well. He wanted to engage in this beautiful mating picture using every single piece in his camp. Isn't it beautiful? This is a picture perfect position for harmony and coordination in chess. The art of coordinating your pieces, you can learn it properly by studying Paul Morphy games. Even in the final mating picture, see how he coordinated his rooks. See how he coordinated them on a single weakness on h2. How he's spotting those weaknesses even in deep endgame and play chess like that. Tremendous value and learning from his games, folks. And of course, finally, how much of chess calculations are remaining below the surface that never enters the tray, but only with the help of a good coach, maybe deep analysis, that you can discover the true beauty of those calculations, right? That's also the final beauty of deeply engaging in such games and asking yourself, okay, Paulsen played this move, but what if he played the most annoying looking move, Queen D3? What would happen? If you ask yourself these questions, if you go through it yourself first and then check your ideas with the engine, that's also great training. When it comes to calculation exercises, these are great methods of getting better in chess calculations. See how f5 was the only move and how king f8 was the only move. Amazingly beautiful. And I'm sure Morphy's seen all this, folks. That's my theory, but I'm expecting your ideas. Tell me, please, whether he's seen the entire thing, this little branch, before he sacrificed the queen on f3. Please give me feedback on YouTube about this. I hope you loved it, and I will catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.